Well, what's going on, Cardinal Nation? Man, very disappointing game today. Losing for a second straight game to the Cubs, 6-3, and in the Cardinals' debut for right-handed pitcher Eric Fetty, it was not a great debut for Fetty. Going 5 innings, giving up 5 runs, which were all came in the second inning. Uh, Gave up 6 hits, struck out 4, and did not walk a batter. And yeah, so the Cubs scored 5 of their 6 runs in the bottom of the second alone. So nice that we, you know, only were able to limit them to just 1 run after that. But we had only 4 hits in this game. 2 of them by Mason Wynn, the other 2 by Brendan Donovan and Michael Ciani. So offense pretty quiet. And yeah, after losing that heartbreaker last night, in which Ryan Helsley had a blown save, unusual blown save for Helsley. So anyway, in the bottom of the second, the Cubs would take a 1-0 lead. RBI single by rookie Pete Crow Armstrong. And then next batter, catcher Christian Bethencourt, who they just signed. Wasn't a trade, but they signed as a free agent. His third of the year started out the season with Miami. And RBIs 9, 10, and 11 to make it 4-0 Cubs with one swing. And then after getting Ian Happ out, solo home run by rookie Michael Bush to make it a 5-0 Cubs lead. And for Bush, his 14th of the year, he's having an outstanding season. And stopped making it a 5-0 game. We would get a run back in the top of the third as Paul Goldschmidt would walk with the bases loaded to make it 5-1. Tying run will come to the plate, but Nolan Arenado would fly out to strand the bases loaded. Fetty would have a 1-2-3 third and fourth and fifth innings, so he would retire the final 9 batters. Cubs starter Javier Assad would go just 4 innings, giving up just a run, walked 3, and struck out 3 on 97 pitches. And then after Fetty was done, we would see the Cardinals debut for pitcher Sean Armstrong, who we acquired Tuesday in the trade that sent Dylan Carlson to the Tampa Bay Rays. And Armstrong with the scoreless 6th inning. He would then start out the 7th, would walk Crow Armstrong, and then get a fly out and a strikeout. Matthew Liberatore would then come in and get the final batter, Michael Bush, to fly out to keep it 5-1. Then in the top of the 8th, Alec Burleson a leadoff walk, and then Contreras and Goldschmidt would strike out. And then walks by Arenado and Newbar to load the bases for Tommy Pham, who has made a very big impact since coming back to St. Louis. He would take a bases loaded walk to make it a 5-2 game. Cubs bring in a new pitcher, and Brendan Donovan would walk to keep the bases loaded, make it 5-3. So a base hit would tie or even possibly give us the lead. Brandon Crawford pinch hitting for Michael Ciani. And however, Crawford on a 1-2 count would strike out. He is batting under 200 this year. So yeah, that was disappointing to not get any hits, score twice. Had 5 walks in that inning alone. And to only get 2 runs. Pretty frustrating. And then Kyle Lehey in the bottom of the 8th would give up a double to Seiya Suzuki, and then Suzuki would score with 1 out on an error by the pitcher Kyle Lehey, so that would make it a 6-3 game. We would go down in order 1, 2, 3 in the 9th, so a very rough game. We would train 9 runners on base, over 7 with runners in scoring position. So in all, 3 of our runs came on bases loaded walks. So, yeah, disappointing there. So Eric Fetty, a pretty disappointing Cardinals debut. Sean Armstrong, though, had a pretty good Cardinal debut, striking out 2. So, but yeah, so we walked 9 times in this game and only scored 3 runs. So, really hope we can bounce back. Saturday afternoon, Kyle Gibson gets his start against right-hander Jameson Taillon for the Cubs, who's had a very solid year. And Gibson, who in his last start against the Nationals gave up 2 runs. He's given up just 3 runs total his last 2 starts against Washington and Atlanta. So, till then, Comics Speaker saying go Cards.